box for Formula E's 7th round of the championship, the 2021. Hello everybody and welcome up to the commentary box for Formula E's 7th round of the championship, the 2021 Monaco ePrix. This bit of the programme is pre-recorded. We're on a very tight on-air due to we are dual streaming with the last of qualifying 3 from the Spanish Grand Prix live now. Edward Hunter is about to join me in the commentary box, fingers crossed. I'm recording this at 10:26. The race gets underway at 3 o'clock. Sorry, at 2 o'clock UK time, 3 o'clock in Monaco. So hopefully everything's still going to plan. Just a quick flick through what happened in the first 2 practice sessions. It wasn't really that eventful. The only eventful thing that happened was Sergio Sette Camara in the first practice stopped down on the track just coming at the exit of the Rascasse and caused a red flag. Now the reason for that was as well is undefined. The car got stuck in gear and 14 marshals had to push him into pit lane. Usually it only takes 1 or 2 to get a Formula E car up, but uphill, stuck in gear, wasn't good. The car was also live, so the marigold glove came out as well for the marshals. Right, let's go over to live commentary now for this Grand Prix at Monaco. The first time Formula E is at the full track with Edward Hunter and myself in commentary. Enjoy the Monaco ePrix. Hello everybody, welcome up to the commentary box. Finally, we've managed to get 2 streams on at once as well. Apologies if I'm going to break up every now and then, but you're still going to hear my voice very clearly. Alongside me in the commentary box for the Monaco ePrix is Edward Hunter. Ed, this is Monaco. This is a great racetrack, and we're going to have to hurry it through so I can read out the whole grid.
Indeed it is, Josh. Great to be here. It's a great place for the race, as I like to say, in the Principality.
Absolutely, a great place. Right, Antonio Felix da Costa's on pole position. Followed him is Robin Freins. Then we get Mitch Evans, Jean-Eric Verne, Max Gunther, Oliver Rowland, Nick Cassidy, Pascal Wehrlein, Alex Lynn, Rene Rast complete the top 10. Drop further down, Alexander Sims, Norman Nato, Sebastian Buemi, Jake Dennis. Then we get Stoffel van Dorn. Then followed further down, Sam Bird, Lucas de Grassi, Eduardo Mortara, Andre Lotterer, Nico Muller, Tom Blomqvist, Oliver Turvey, Sergio Sette Camara, Nick de Vries. Ed, it is a crazy run to get all this sorted in time. The drivers are pulling up into their main slots. Who do you think is going to win today's race?
Hard to look past Da Costa with his brilliant qualifying lap, although there are a couple of cars out of position. As the dummy grid forms up, we're about to start. I don't know, Freins looks very threatening, doesn't he?
He does indeed, doesn't he? Freins lines up on the right-hand side. On the inside left will be Antonio Felix da Costa. The run down to turn 1 will be key. Saint-Devote before you rise up through Beaurivage towards Massenet. We're all set then for round 7 of the ABB FIA Formula E Championship to get underway here at Monaco. For the first time, we are on the full circuit. We have 5 red lights on, and we are underway in Monaco. A good start from Da Costa. Freins didn't get away so well. That's going to allow Mitch Evans to have the inside line into Saint-Devote. Look at that. Great start from Gunther. Verne on the back already. They all look through cleanly, nearly.
3 wide.
3 wide. And was that one of the Mahindras with a bit of wing damage? It looks like it is. I can't see who it is. I think it must be Alexander Sims.
I think it was Sims, Wehrlein and NATO going 3 wide up the hill to the Casino Square.
Absolutely fantastic. Crazy start. No one going for attack mode as we come through Casino Square down the hill.
Mode isn't open, so no one would go for it, Josh.
Good point. Good call. 3 abreast. Contact. Oh, this is getting bumping and balling as well. Cars going left and right. Down now to Fairmont hairpin. Going around the outside. Contact. Several contacts. Oh, we've got a traffic jam. This will be a red flag, surely. Car going over one of the Dragons, Sergio Sette Camara. And over Sims as well, yeah. And we've got a car.
Is that Gunther going slowly, or was that Jake Dennis?
I think it's Dennis. Dennis going slowly. So yellow flag out already. Will that trigger a safety car? Double yellows. They come through the new chicane section and the Nouvelle down towards to back. Da Costa leads. Freins, Evans, Verne, Gunther already keeping it through cleanly at the moment. And what a start already to the Monaco ePrix. Sunshine, blue skies, and we've got another yellow out the track just as it went green. So it's all sorts of problems, and I think that must be Dennis out of the race as they come through Rascasse.
Indeed, yeah, showing him slightly ahead of Sims on the timing screen, but it looked like Sims going very slowly. Buemi was able to make a double move past Verline and Sims, and then Dennis, was it Dennis who just crashed into the back of Sims, I think? It might have been Dennis, it might have been, no, it was Verline, wasn't it?
Yeah, Verline's further back, yeah.
So Verline has continued on with, like, the damaged the front wing, hasn't he?
Yeah, and that's going to be even worse, dragging it all the way for the remainder of this race.
Running 15th at the moment.
We've gone green, by the way, so the race can continue.
They must have recovered that Mahindra very quickly.
Monaco Marshals, Ed, best in the world.
Big crane, yeah. Back on a street circuit. I'm thinking Valencia, where someone goes in the gravel, we get 5 safety cars, and then, of course, that controversial energy stuff. But they've changed the rules slightly in terms of they won't do it in the last couple of minutes. Roland trying to go around the outside of Gunther's BMW in the hairpin, not quite having as much success as his teammate in that regard.
They're all trying as desperately as possible to keep it through. If you're watching and wondering why my camera's a bit dodgy, Megan, who's commentating right now on the end of the Formula One qualifying from Spain, has got the webcam. She'll be bringing that back in later on, so we'll switch over cameras later on. But hopefully it's all good. You can still hear me and Ed crystal clear because we're coming through a different server.
I can see you fine, Josh. So
fantastic news. Fantastic news. So, Da Costa leading by 0.4 of a second to Frines. Evans in there as well. And the beauty of this is as well, Sergio said to camera as well, made up to 18th place despite being involved in the early shunts as well. I thought that was a car upside down then. It was quick flick of the camera, wasn't it?
Trying to make Frines look really dynamic. And
it
quick.
did.
It's DeVries gets a 10-second stop-and-go penalty. What's that for, Josh?
Stewart's decision number 8. That must be for what we've had previously. I'd love to tell you what it is, but I haven't seen it. I think it's actually for the penalty back at Valencia in race 2. I'll get onto that in a second as Frines looking to the inside into Costa, into Saint Devot. And Ed, of course, what I can tell you, of course, is with Saint Devot, as we said last time out, it was supposed to be the old layout back in 1929, but the drivers requested a change so they could regen energy more. So that's
exactly. Yeah. So they wanted a tighter Saint Devot. Look at Da Costa having to defend really aggressively. Frines is trying to go really early to get ahead into the lead so he can manage the race. And Da Costa not giving him an opportunity, is he?
No, absolutely not. Would you give Da Costa an opportunity to be passed? No. Frines is done there. And it's energy overuse I'm seeing on my timing monitor for Dennis. And possibly that's the reason DeVries got it as well in the previous race.
Well, DeVries got it in qualifying.
Yes.
Because he was in qualifying, was supposed to, on your quick lap, as we look through the tunnel. I love this low angle here.
What a shot. That was brilliant.
Yeah. And at the bottom of Frines, that's going to be interesting if he tries to set up a move on Da Costa, but he's not quite close enough to do it yet. And so as we see the other part of the track here is that the exit of the chicane's been made much tighter. I believe they're keeping that for Formula One as well. Or they might be, I don't know. But the Saint Devot being much tighter, of course, not only does it give it a chance to regen, but also it means they don't have to change it ahead of Formula One in a couple of weeks' time. As we look at that, must be the front wheel covering of the Porsche that's just lying
just
there.
Been left off,
black.
yeah.
I'm not sure if the Porsche is black, so
yellow.
I'm trying to think of which cars it could be.
We've got a yellow flag at the swimming pool section. So who's dropping down? DeVries. You're right.
In the pit lane. Sorry.
Yeah, so he's made contact somewhere. Look at that. Frines is looking to the inside of Da Costa to go on the inside to turn 1 and Saint Devot. Can he get the move stick? Beautiful. Beautiful move.
Was there a yellow flag just called just as he was making that move? That wasn't in the first sector, was it?
No, I think it's turn 13 we've got this yellow, so it's further back along that yellow's been brought out. So I think he's okay, Ed. I just think he's okay with that one. It is, and out goes Sims. It's Sims out. Sims has parked it. So Sims is now officially out of the race.
Well, I think given the damage we saw done to that car, I'm surprised it went any further.
And as you said, DeVries is in the pit lane as well as we come down to Fairmont hairpin. Used to be the Lowe's hairpin. And of course, it was the station hairpin back in the 1960s. Yellow out again, turn 1, Saint Devot. So who's that coming out of the pit lane? It's Verline, Mortara, Lotterer all on attack mode. And Verline passes Mortara doing that. And he's past Mortara coming down into the back half of the track at Portier. Very interesting little manoeuvre there. Close stuff.
It'd be interesting to see how attack mode transforms the race at Monaco, which we usually associate as being a procession in Formula One. And in Formula E 2, actually, on the bridge layout that we've used up to now. Here's a replay. We're just looking at Frines timing that move down the inside of Da Costa. I think Da Costa is just being a bit more cautious on energy and just left a little gap, and Frines didn't need to be asked twice. He went for it. So good on Robin Frines going for that one. And now we're in a situation where Frines is in Da Costa's position trying to manage the pace at the head of the field.
Jake Dennis has been given a drive-through penalty for his energy overuse, so Dennis is done.
Was when he went over the back of Sims.
Yeah, I wonder. Just jumping over the back as well. I'm being told that Lewis Hamilton has taken pole position. There's no way I can confirm that at the current moment.
I was going to watch it after this.
Oh, sorry there, Ed. Sorry there, Ed. It is.
Want to know.
Yeah, it is Hamilton at the moment, but I don't know if the session's over or not just yet. So it looks like 100 career poles has happened when I'm out of the commentary box. So round of applause to everyone there for justice.
Sorry for Sky Sports F1, who will now have to think of a new VT to use during the build, rather than just the montage of his previous poles.
Yeah,
they did that in Portimao, and then Bottas took pole. And they weren't expecting that, clearly.
They weren't, and now presumably as well. Actually, I think it's just happening right now. The end of the session is just now, because I think there was a red flag for a spin in that session. So we're watching the Formula E, which right now is becoming a bit follow me leader. The Truly train was invented in Monaco, and now can we rename it the Frines train? I'm trying to think of something else that rhymes.
Frines frigate.
Frines frigate, there you go. Brilliant. See,
that's more of the boating kind of thing.
We are in Monaco.
Yeah, it's not the most luxurious boat, but you might see one or two frigates in the Monaco harbour.
Yeah, precisely. We are in Monaco.
Coming in from the Met. Oh, look at the front of Bird's Jaguar. The front of the nose cone's been cut off when he's hit the back of someone.
He has, yeah. That must have happened.
Actually making good progress.
That must have happened during that crash at the hairpin. Must have been down there.
So somewhere on the lap, yeah. But he's right behind Buemi, who we saw making a couple of moves. So Bird has been making some moves of his own off screen while we've been watching the lead battle, I think.
So Sam Bird, who is third in the championship, really needs to perform here today.
And this
doing
is
a good job
for Mercedes. So this is key for Jaguar and Techeetah to get back in front. We've got Evans in third at the moment. Frines, of course, also in the championship hunt, running third, sort of ahead of Bird. I think he's equal on points with Bird at the moment. So if he wins this one, that's going to really put him into play. Evans
on the radio. Hang on. Just saying mega job. The engineer just saying mega job. Usually, like last time.
I thought you were about to tell us that Mitch Evans was going to praise your sister. Megan. They're talking about Megan for some reason.
I've got actually Megan on a second monitor in the commentary box right now, and I'm looking at her and Dad as well, and she's just got her hand on Dad's shoulder. That indicates that Megan wants to talk and Dad's not. I think she's taken the commentary a bit too seriously.
Yeah, we don't quite have the same system.
Yeah. We just sort of wave at each other to get it, and then if we're looking at the same monitor, we can sometimes see it. But yeah, I think it works well. Yeah, trust me, Megan. And yes, I've just seen that it is Hamilton who's got pole position. So spoilers there. Sorry, Ed, you might want to turn your mic off for that one.
But yeah, need to know.
So that was 100 pole positions for him as well. So well done there. Megan's going to come into the box in a second to give me the camera, so we can turn one off and put the other on. But right now we're on board with Maximilian Gunther running P5, and actually, I think it's someone in the comments in practice 3 this morning said, "Oh, why are you watching Formula E? It's so boring." When was the last time you saw an exciting race at Monaco? I think would be my response right now.
Probably when it rained.
Yeah,
in Monaco.
yeah, 2016. Yeah.
Although Monaco, often there's jeopardy in terms of the leader if they hit trouble, having to hold on to the lead, as you saw Daniel Ricciardo a few years ago. That was an amazing victory as well, I think.
Bird's going for a move. Bird apparently has passed Buemi, and I can't see where he is in the monitor because they're not showing it. But
he must have done it into Saint Devot, yes.
Yeah. So Bird's 10th. He's into the points. That's great news for the
And lean into attack mode up ahead.
Oh, yeah, good point. Did you see that? I haven't seen that just yet. Where did you see that? What monitor? Oh, yeah.
Timing. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Him going off.
Yeah, leans on attack mode now. Yeah, and so is Blomqvist.
I'm ahead of you.
For once, you're ahead. Yeah. Well, we're watching the same pictures. But yeah, Muller and Blomqvist and Lynn taking attack mode at the moment. And attack mode must be used twice during the race. And you can only arm it, I think, was it 4 times there? Not bad. Because in Valencia it was 6, wasn't it? And it all got a bit silly with arming it because it created several dramas and several safety cars and that lot. So could do better, probably will do better. Da Costa, go on.
The interesting thing now with Da Costa is that even though he's lost the lead, being behind Frines means he can sort of save energy a little bit more rather than worrying about track position necessarily because it's Monaco. And he's got Evans behind, So that's a little thing to worry about, of course, as we look at. I think that's Mahindra that's being interviewed about Sims.
It's Sims himself.
I can only see Nikki on the left.
Oh, so have you not put it in full screen?
I could probably do that, yeah.
You forgot about Valencia, to be fair. Yeah, incident involving car 99 Verline, no investigation necessary. So Verline's accident on the back half of the straight as well, no investigation necessary. The qualifying has just ended, by the way, for Formula 1. So now we are the only ones broadcasting. Ed, I feel honoured. We're the only ones broadcasting right now out here as well. So everyone's coming through onto our chat now that have just left the Formula 1, which is nice to see. So Evans at the moment looking quite quick. And who's that taking attack mode? Gunther. And
Gunther, yes.
Cassidy and Rast. So they've all just taken it.
They're just trying to stay ahead of Sam Bird, I think, those four. But Lynn now up to 7th ahead of Cassidy and Rast because he took attack mode the previous lap.
Megan's just entered the commentary box. Who's that diving on this bang? Who was that?
Like Degrassi making a move on Norman Nato.
And did he get through?
And quite a forceful move too, I would
Nato's
say.
in trouble. Nato's dropped down to 14th place. Norman Nato stopped at Portier. Nato's really in trouble. Yellow flag has been brought out. A side-by-side action now going on down towards the Nouvelle Chicane. Roland going through.
That's Roland defending from Gunther, who's in attack mode.
Good spot. Dennis trying to... Is that Dennis? I can't see where all these are. Green flag out now. Take it, Ed.
Yeah, I think Dennis is still near the back, I think, just ahead of De Vries. So what's happening here is that Roland is trying to hold on and wait for Gunther's attack mode to run out. But I think, because Gunther, of course, started ahead of Roland on the grid, as we see him trying to go almost thinking about going around the outside of Raskas.
Bit closer move there. I wouldn't want to do that, would you? It would be a bit more freaky compared to that.
I've not seen many drivers pull that one off. I think Kobayashi tried it one time and then got overtaken by the late Jules Bianchi. Unfortunately, as we look there, Roland having to defend on the inside, but Gunther breezes past, almost on the outside. Roland being really defensive and aggressive here.
They're all being it at the moment as well. They're all being so cautious as we're now back up on the main camera that Megan's put it in. So at least I'm not going to be freezing on the other stream as well. And Ed, we can see each other on the same one. So welcome back up. Thanks to Megan for taking that one.
Da Costa entering attack mode and losing position to Evans and Byrne.
It was, yeah. Da Costa going into the attack mode positions now as they all try and fall their way through. As I move the iPad.
This is going to be really interesting then.
So, who's your money on then, Ed? Because at the moment, I haven't got a clue what's going to happen next because Monaco is unpredictable, but it's just the fine points of taking the attack mode.
I think it depends how much progress Da Costa can make here. I think it's really a three-horse race between Frines, Evans and Da Costa. Maybe Verne can get in this, but I think Da Costa's probably about to breeze past him here, although Verne having a look at Evans...
Oh, contact into the wall nearly, and no more contact. Verne ought to be careful. They've missed the chicane.
Oh, and that's let Da Costa through.
They've both missed the chicane.
Two orders if I ever saw it, but...
I'm leading here, Sonny Jim, says Da Costa. Ed says to Verne as well. Oh, there's all sorts of contact. I think Verne's got damage, you know. I think Verne's got damage.
Yeah, so I think Verne really lost out in all that, trying to make a move there on Evans. And Evans, I think, will be upset too, because it's really allowed Da Costa through. This has helped Da Costa no end. I think that's going to help him catch right up to Frines now.
Gunther looking to get through as well, and he has passed Verne just ahead. So Gunther was on the attack mode anyway. Let's take another look at it. So here we go on the outside, and there's just...
Yeah, Da Costa must look at this head and think, oh, this is Christmas morning.
And he's back up. He's loses no time for taking that attack mode.
He had to go so wide that almost like he was heading straight to the barrier at one point there in the escape road. Look at this.
Oh, 3 abreast coming up Beaurivage towards the top of Massenet as well.
Rast and Lynn.
Lynn is defending the inside line. Rast holding back. The thing is, I thought this. Frines has taken attack mode. Da Costa leads. Da Costa leads the ePrix. Several cars changing the attack modes as well. Lynn.
Frines will have more attack modes. This is very strategic from Envision Virgin because they're trying to make sure that when Da Costa runs out, Frines will have some left. Frines can still keep up with him. They knew having track position right now wasn't going to be the deciding factor, but now Frines can stay right behind Da Costa as he was at the very start of the race. As Gunther behind is just about to run out too. So I wonder when Evans is going to go for attack mode because that could be crucial here.
I tell you what, Da Costa, as you said, all his Christmases came at once when Verne and Evans crossed over this Nouvelle Chicane. He was able to get the 2 positions back. He lost in the attack mode, but I don't think it's going to be counting all these Christmas presents at once because Frines has managed to stay up with Da Costa. And as you said, Ed, 2 more minutes of attack mode left. That is going to be even more powerful. It's looking good.
Yeah, but we are seeing Evans and Verne under investigation.
Oh, yeah.
Possibly, maybe just Verne for pushing Evans wide, but we'll have to see what they decide because Evans having clearly missed the track there. But I think he was kind of didn't really have another option, so it'll be interesting to see what the steward decision is on that. Whether they decide it's a racing incident or whether they award penalties. As Gunther sets past his lap just as attack mode runs out.
1:35.371, so he gets that bonus point extra at the moment. Well, Verne was happy in qualifying. He didn't exactly set the greatest time in Super Pole. However, he got gifted almost pole position until it was taken away by Gunther and Roland, who set 2 faster times on the board. So it was sort of like give and take today. In fact, it has been a lot of give and take today. Across
Roland,
the
I think,
series.
was really upset after qualifying.
Yeah, he was.
Cassidy goes past Roland because Roland's just gone into attack mode. But
Because-
Roland basically was told there was a red flag at the end of
Q4,
group 4 of qualifying, and then they immediately went into Super Bowl and gave him about 80 seconds notice to get in the car. And a lot of people are saying, why was he out of the car? And the thing is, Formula E, they make drivers go out of the car because, as we see, DaCosta just about to run out of attack mode.
Oh, bumping and balling like mad, aren't they, at the moment? DaCosta.
The diffuser, isn't he?
And DaCosta is now going to have to hold back a lot more as, look at Frines. He was sliding coming through to back into the swimming pool section. The rear of that,
Roland
yeah.
past Lynn as well.
Oh,
so
yeah,
Roland already making progress with attack mode. Cassidy next up the road.
Oh, look at this. Frines looking very aggressive coming into Raskas up to Anthony
This is
Noakes.
his opportunity, so he's got to take it.
He's-
They've only got one more attack mode left, each of them.
He's lovely at the exit of Anthony Noakes. He's in the slipstream there, sort of. You do get a little bit of slipstream, but it's mainly about the attack mode here. Round the outside, beautifully done. Cutting over the pit lane entrance, coming down into Sandoval.
That's
Frines
the second time
leads.
he's had to make that move, isn't it?
Yeah, made it earlier on, and now Frines gets ahead. DaCosta is going to be like this in the car, thinking, what am I doing? They've both got another attack mode left, but when is DaCosta going to use it? 26 minutes to go. And
I don't think DaCosta has lost out all that much in all of this, especially because Vernon Evans has basically took themselves out of the equation there. Although Evans still trying to keep up with Gunther, and we know the BMW not necessarily the most efficient, but Gunther on the podium at the moment. So I think Evans will be looking to change that when he decides to go for attack mode. He's just trying to make sure he's got a gap to Cassidy, who's got Verne, who's gone into attack mode now as well.
Yeah,
So
and
Verne
set
is
a
being held
camera.
up by Cassidy. That could open up the chance for Evans to go for it, his first one.
The Van Boost winners have been announced. It's Stoffel Van Dorn, Antonio Felix da Costa, Sam Bird, Jean-Eric Verne and Nick de Vries. None of them, Ed, Oliver Turvey.
Oh, yeah. I was really hoping that Turvey would get it. It was odd because on the first day, Turvey got 30% of the vote, despite the fact that Van Dorn, Da Costa all have much bigger fan bases than him, as Verne is past Cassidy now. One of the fan base winners, of course, both the Tashitas. So both of them are, sorry.
That's going to help Da Costa, yeah. After the safety
cliff,
yeah.
Da Costa in his fight with Frines could well make the difference in the closing stages, but Frines in the lead at the moment. And Envision Version are hoping they'd be doing enough to hold him off, and also hoping that they have enough energy to finish the race with 25 minutes plus 1 lap to go.
If that safety car comes out, Da Costa with that fan boost might be sitting a bit more pretty than
Frine, so he's starting to pull away slightly.
Ever so slightly. I've noticed also, actually, just out of the thingy, I noticed that Megan brought me the webcam back. She never brought me my phone back that she had for the timing. So Megan's nicked my mobile. Which is top notch. Thanks, Meg. So luckily I can still see the YouTube chat at the moment, and they're all just drifting over from Formula One's end coverage. Frines has taken attack mode, so has Evans. Evans has just taken his first attack mode.
He has, yes. So Evans now dropping behind Javerne, as we also see Rast going for it too.
And now that's put Da Costa back into the lead of the race on lap 12. They're swapping positions. Lap after lap, it's almost
Everyone
like
looks
Rome.
pretty even on energy. Evans actually saving the most because he hadn't gone to attack mode yet on 57 out of the leading group.
That's
so
not too
Jaguar
bad, yeah.
using their efficiency to their advantage, I think.
So Portier then, underneath the tunnel section, and there's a little bit of debris on the inside of the track there. Look at how much, is that who, that's...
It's Da Costa, yes, Da Costa's closed right back in on Frines.
Yeah, that was quite quick. And Frines has taken the lead. The graphics update.
Frines went for attack mode again, that's why. So
right.
he's just re-overtaken Da Costa.
That's the same lap. My goodness me. He must have passed him in the tunnel because we were all following them past. Unless he got through at Portier.
I thought we were distracted a little bit by Bird and Lynn fight on the director was, and then suddenly we missed Frines going into attack mode.
Yes. Yes.
So good for really still in play, surprisingly, here.
And at the moment as well, I've just been informed as well that that drive-through penalty is looking to be on its way for Vern and Evans. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but so we've got people watching along. And there's the overtake in the tunnel. It was Ed coming out of the tunnel.
On the inside of the tunnel, yeah. That's
fabulous.
Attack mode makes. He's just got so much more, and he's also a lot more confident under the brakes, to be fair. But he had so much more power that there wasn't a whole lot
Vern
could do.
And Gunther. Is that DaCosta? DaCosta, Vern, Gunther.
DaCosta and Gunther, yes.
Yeah.
So Vern and Evans almost getting past DaCosta.
Contact! Side by side, down towards the hairpin. DaCosta had the inside line. Evans
could get pushed out here, and he's got to worry about Gunther behind him as well.
We've already seen an accident there today, so it could work out. Must say, Formula E cars and the full Monaco track, I love it. Bring it in.
Yeah, and Vern has only got about 20 seconds left for attack mode, so in second he could be vulnerable. I think DaCosta and Evans potentially will breeze past him. But Evans doesn't have quite as much attack mode remaining, so I think Vern could jump him here.
Vern's going to be hoping for some form of caution to come out at the moment, which looks unlikely. So Frines leads.
Of course, Vern could get penalised for pushing Evans out. So we'll have to see how that pans out. But yeah, the steward's probably deliberating intensely right now as Vern runs out.
Synthol saying 100 in the chat. And what did I miss? Well, a stark crash down at the, well, if you would call it the Lowe's hairpin, it's actually the Fairmont hairpin, which one of the cars went over the back of the other, but so much so that only Sims retired.
Sims involved in that one. Verline's still going in 16th. He's on his final attack mode, halfway through it now, just behind Norman Nato.
And he
also had a few incidents of his being involved in a few side-by-side incidents.
And Bird...
Rast takes fastest lap.
Oh, yeah, Rast is on a 134.586. And Bird, as a result of that crash as well, also lost part of the front wing nose cone. The two DS to cheaters are running together. Vern's got no attack mode. DaCosta goes for it! Oh, hang on. Did Vern go for attack mode? I think he missed it. He missed it.
Oh, did he have any left? I'm not sure he did.
I
swear I'd seen Vern use attack mode twice already in this race.
I did too.
That looked strategic, but the problem is, if you're going for attack mode and missed it, he's let Evans through as well. So yeah, not quite worked out for Vern there.
We must also just say the reason we're having so bad at identifying the cars and pictures at the moment, I know, Ed, you're pretty much on top of it, but Formula E, the Aurora Media, are not directing this race. It is the French television network who, just like with Formula One and the Grand Prix Historics, they have the only world feed rights, so they have the monopoly over the Monaco Grand Prix. It's a local in-house production team in Monaco that produced this race coverage. It's why the cars seem a bit slower, and it's like they're set up for Formula One rather than Formula E. So it's not our fault, because I'm sure you've noticed, Ed, as well. Like here right now, we've zoomed in on the advertising, not the cars, and it zooms back out again. So yeah,
it's a little bit annoying.
Yeah, it's local television.
It's unfortunate. This is probably one of the reasons why I think Bernie Eccleston sort of did a kind of standardised thing for most circuits, and Monaco was the only one where they were basically rich enough to say, no, Bernie, we're going to do it our way. Because it used to be you'd have like the French, the Japanese Grand Prix, where they would focus on a local driver, like I don't know, Satoru Nakajima in the Lotus, down in sixth, but not a battle for the lead or something. But speaking of a battle, we've got Vern struggling to hold off Gunther, Roland, Rast, Cassidy. He's got a little bit of a Vern train behind him.
Vern train, that's nice. And Vern did indeed miss attack mode. We've just seen a replay showing it. So Vern went for it, missed it, and now he's paying for it. But you're right. I swear he's had two. I don't know. Megan's brought my mobile gun.
Because it only shows how many attack modes are left when they're in attack mode. I think Van Dorn has got one left down in 17th. He's only just gone for his first one, I think. But everyone else is sort of either near to running out or
Vern's in trouble because look at this. Evans diving on the inside. Late on the brakes. Gunther, go for it. Gunther. Tell you what, I'm having a shocker today, Ed. It's coming from one series to the other.
Kind of blue, the BMW
yeah. It's coming from one commentary box to another. It sort of messed me up at the moment. So yeah, that was. Correct me when I'm wrong, Ed. That's you can always be.
I don't
you
mean
take
it
the
in
lead
a nasty
here.
way. It's just,
yeah.
As we look at DaCosta, still right behind Robin Frines in the lead.
Looking quite good as well. Coming into
Evans
Anthony.
Actually looking best of all three of them on energy. So I don't think Jaguar are completely out of this yet, but Evans definitely playing the long game Well, these two take all the glory up front currently.
And at the moment, this is just classic Monaco, a two-horse race. We've had it in all three appearances. Buemi versus Degrassi was a repeat for Season 1 and Season 3. Then I think it was Vern and I want to say Evans in Season 2. Sorry, Season 5. Can't really remember who was battling then. And then here
it was Vern and I think Roland, because I think Roland got pole. And then
Roland got pole, yeah.
From clunking into the back of a couple of drivers in Paris.
That was it, yeah. and now here today, it's going to be Frines versus Da Costa. And this is so close. Because you look at this, Frines is on 42.
Evans has gone for attack mode as well, crucially. So that's why he's dropped off the back of this. But that's his final attack mode now. So he's the last to go in of it. So he potentially could coast up to the back of these guys. And if he manages it right, because he hasn't lost any positions, he could potentially be challenging to get past them with his attack mode. Depends how quickly he can catch up. As we look at Frines really holding up Da Costa here at this point.
Da Costa's got to go through. He's got to find a gap. I would say maybe Raskas. Outside of Raskas, the Formula E cars are thin enough to do it.
The gap, Evans, was that 2.9?
I can't see. Hang on. I have a look at 2.420 according to the monitor on the other timing monitor. So.
It gapped Evans between Evans and leader 1.8 on my screen. So this is really the crucial bit now. Jaguar have really managed this quite well. With 17 minutes left to go, Evans on the charge, and Da Costa and Frines have only got so much they can do to respond.
So are we going to see a battle and a half at Monaco? Three-way fight.
He's already caught back up, and he's got 3 minutes left.
That is insane.
Great strategy by Jaguar.
Jaguar again thinking outside the box. We saw them do it back in Rome.
Really helped out by holding him up.
Yeah, Frines is so slow at the moment. He's in energy-saving mode. Da Costa could use fan boost to get through. If I was Da Costa, I'd launch it now, coming out of Casino Square, because you can dive up the inside coming into the mirror bow. If
Evans gets close, they may not really have much of a choice.
No.
Fan boost or no fan boost.
Lynn's dropped down to 9th, and Bird's down. Bird's really dropping down the order. Bird stopped.
Trouble then, because he's in the middle of attack mode, so I'm assuming he's had some collision somewhere.
Lynn's up to 10th.
Or his transponder went. He's
he's popped back up. Da Costa's using fan boost through the tunnel.
Exactly like you said, Josh.
Yeah, you have got to do it.
Similar mind. But Evans right behind them.
He's got him. Oh, they made contact. They touched. Bang wheels side by side coming into the Nouvelle.
Risky by Da Costa.
I think the director as well cut him on the onboard at the worst possible moment. Frines is now under pressure as Evans is coming through right back. Gunther holding up Vern.
Lose second place here as well.
Oh, what's that? Rast. Rast's got no front end. Rast's got damage.
Yeah, Rast has really been in the. France?
Yeah, France, yeah. Where did that come from? That must be with contact with Bird, because Bird's dropped down to 9th, so Rast did go through, for sure.
They were in a similar position on the track,
And Bird has dropped down to P9, and he was running ahead of Cassidy. As now, look at Evans.
Go around the outside of Frines here.
Easy. He get the move done way before Sandoval. In fact, before even the start lights, he got it done. So Evans now on a charge.
He's going to have a go at Da Costa too.
Where would you go?
Oh, wherever Da Costa doesn't go. Here we go. He's going to try and go up the hill.
Oh, what a move! What a fantastic move round the outside, up through Beaurivage to Massenet. I've never seen a move there in my life.
Well, the only time I remember seeing a move is when Mark Webber broke down and Raikkonen went round the outside with him one time in 2006, I think. But
yes, yeah. Oh yeah, around the outside, yeah.
Failure. So but yeah, brilliant stuff by Evans and real opportunity.
We've got a yellow. Sorry,
really thought he had it covered.
Ed, we've got a crash, and it's that.
Oh,
is that Rast? Yeah. Is it Rast? It's because he's got an end plate. It is René Rast.
It might have been Degrassi we saw with the damage earlier at the Audi.
It was Degrassi, yeah. The transponder was wrong. It was so look, Degrassi's P9 with Rast now down the order. Yeah, safety car. We've got a safety car. Okay.
There we go. So that could be energy reduction because we're not quite in the.
Good point.
If it's a 4-minute safety car, they will. It will be just before the 10-minute mark. So.
I think they've had no choice here but to throw it, and now that really suffers Stoffel Van Dorn, running in 15th place.
Yeah, Van Dorn went into his final attack mode at exactly the wrong time. It's been a nightmare for Mercedes here. But I guess they were due on after their good fortune on the Saturday race in Valencia.
And of course, what's different with the Monaco race compared to usual races this year, it's a single race. So only one race today, as we see.
Monaco's always been just the one on the Saturday.
yeah. But usually at the moment this season, we've had double headers, haven't we? This is the only single header race. So
there we go.
which safety car are we going to see today? Is it going to be the BMW or is it going to be the Mini? To be fair, I think they'll go. Oh, hello! What the hell's that thing? That's a?
It's a course car.
Yeah, that's not the safety car.
I'm not sure that's an electric car.
Yeah, that's definitely not. That's a gas guzzler, isn't it, as they call them? And
Looks
that
like just a big SUV. Yeah.
medical
Could
car.
Be an electric
Yeah.
car, or hybrid or something.
It's the Mini.
There's the Mini. The Mini's up ahead. So Evans has picked up the Mini.
Well,
the Mini's picked up him.
I like the Mini, but I'm quite disappointed they're not using the BMW here. I mean,
Race direction chiming in.
Missed what they said. I think it's just stay out the way. Well, if someone could take a look at. Synthel saying go Frines, and then it was no Frines.
So this is on board with Rene Rast. So he. Oh no.
Oh, he hit the wall.
Oh, there we go. Rast hit the. Oh, Bird did well to avoid that one, but
He
Rast
did,
sort of hit the outside at Saint-Devot, being overtaken by I think that was Cassidy.
Yeah, Cassidy's gone through.
Cassidy because he's just ahead of Bird.
And this is another look on board at Da Costa and how they nearly made contact with Frines before Evans did this fantastic move up the hill at Beau Rivage, and that is so close to the barrier.
So gutsy as well.
I would never do that.
Wrong.
Yeah, I would never ever do that in a month of Sundays.
Well, it's the sort of thing you do in a video game because there's no risk.
Precisely, yeah.
Okay, you think, well, the AI won't be expecting me to go around the outside here because it's not a real life move, and the medical doctor from the FI are just checking out to make sure Rene Rast is okay, which is the important thing because it did look quite a hard knock at the back. It was, yeah.
There. Ed, were you watching this morning in practice one? And it was very early, but were you watching when Sergio Sete camera stopped and the car was sort of stuck in gear? It was a long time before any of the marshals got to the car to work out what was going on, and it was Cassidy who forced Rast off into the wall.
Yeah, I don't. It's a bit marginal.
Yeah.
I think Cassidy just didn't leave quite enough room. A bit optimistic from the New Zealander there, but we've seen that. It seems Evans and Cassidy are both the most optimistic when they're making moves. Evans, it worked out. Cassidy, not quite as cleanly.
Flashing red light, Ed. It's the same as this morning on the board there.
I did hear about this afterwards. Yeah, that they can't touch the car because of the electrical charge.
It's happened again.
So it's not safe. But Rene Rast has gotten out into the medical car. So
I wonder if
this is an issue of how do they recover it then and get the crane around the roll hoop essentially. I
would say this could be red flag. I know I said that a bit, but I think because they need to get the extraction team out there and get it through the wall and get it off safe without anyone being electrocuted, considering that light's on, they could throw a red with 11 to go. Because more energy reduction, we all know how that works.
As Van Dorn's attack mode runs out rather vainly in 15.
He literally, what was it? He took the attack mode, then as soon as he did so, the safety car came out, so he was done before he even started. Did Da Costa hit Frines? I think they just missed it, Although Da Costa did move the wheel.
I don't know. I think Frines almost sort of was trying to defend the inside, but Da Costa was already around the outside of him. Yeah, it's a bit of a 50-50 kind of thing there.
Ed, sorry, Synthel's just saying that F3 is in a few minutes. I think there's a 10-minute delay there because the whole segment of the day got moved 10 minutes, so double check that. But we're finishing the last 10 minutes of Formula E. Do you know, I must admit, I said this, I think, in the commentary in FP3 this morning, the last F1 session I missed was Italy 2019's qualifying. What happened then? We had the massive backup of cars and nobody getting a lap time. I missed this one to go to the Formula E, and Hamilton has taken 100. So yeah,
well, it's just a milestone. 101 will be just as special.
Yeah, 101 would be better, and I'll call the 100th victory. So I'll get that. But I suppose it's nice for Megan at least that she called 100 pole positions, unless Dad talked over her. I'll have to look back at that at the moment.
We might have to rearrange this so that you could do Formula 1 and I'll end up commenting on this with Megan.
Yeah, that could be that. Honestly, she said to me this morning FP3, I'll do Formula E, and I said, well, hang on a minute, a race takes precedence over a qualifying. But I think if this happens, I might give it to Megan to have a go.
Yeah, it is one of the problems you may have as we go under the 10-minute mark. Verne has still got an attack mode left, interestingly.
So he did miss it. He did.
But he did miss it, and that means that Verne will have to use it again unless the race restarts and doesn't enable him to. Dennis and De Vries in a similar position as well in the back. But because we're below the 10-minute mark, if the race restarts again, there won't be an energy reduction because it's because of the new rule added in.
And that car is still on the track because I can see the marshal's legs being on the side there. So the safety car taking it through. Hang on, this is Monaco, the best marshals in the world, and it's taken them 7 or 8 minutes to get a car off the track, and they're wheeling it back down to where the crane. This is a bit odd. This is what needs to be hurried up.
Well, you usually get someone retiring there.
Yeah.
To be fair, because it's kind of uphill. That's all I'm saying.
This is, I think, what needs to change in Formula E. They need to, because it's a timed race, they need to reevaluate what is a value for a safety car, what's a value for a red flag to get the most amount of racing. Because this is Valencia, the first race with, what was it, 5 safety cars? That was a bit unnecessary.
Josh, the red flag is sort of like your last resort, right?
Yeah.
If like the track's blocked. Well, I thought we were going to have a red flag when Sims and Verline was climbing up the back of Sims, but somehow Sims was able to get that thing back to the pit lane to retire, basically.
And yeah, I was convinced when I saw that. It was giving me flashbacks of F1 2000, Verstappen and Button.
With some of the arrows, there was a big traffic jam, and then there was memorably Murray Walker commentated on the Formula One marathon as he ran back to the pits to try and get the spare car, because that was a thing in those days.
I read that article. I did read the article you said. It was beautiful, written from Ben Edwards.
It was, I love that article. So many interesting stories you wouldn't expect to hear about Murray and his time working in the sport as well. Sorry, the random Formula One marathon thing. I'm not sure why. That's the most memorable bit of that race for me.
I think it was for me actually. Yeah,
like tug of war against the Audi there.
Everyone's being told that they're giving the car off the track, and the safety car should be in this lap. That's good news.
To be honest about the energy reduction change, they decided not to do it if it gets below the last 10 minutes and they're still under safety car.
I've seen nothing.
I can understand why they've done it, but I feel a little bit like they've overreacted because of Valencia, because I think the cars will have a lot more energy than they should at this final safety car period, and I wonder if it might not be as tense. I think the only question here is if Vern can get into attack mode, can he gain positions here without losing too many? He needs to build a gap before he takes it, of course. He's got 6 minutes. Plus 1 lap. But Evans, I think, will be comfortable in the lead here. He's done all the hard work, and but the Costa could still be a threat behind. Frines, I think, will just be holding on from Gunther. Because look, Frines has got 33%, and so is Evans. So Da Costa actually looking the best of the top 3 in terms of energy, and so is Vern. Vern looking pretty good as well.
We're coming to the green flag. No sign of an energy reduction, though, Ed. And Vern, it's going to be a full...
there wouldn't be, because we're below 10 minutes.
We've got green. We've got green way before the safety car line.
Evans really bolted for it, so no worrying about making the race last a lap less long.
Yeah.
Or whatever, however you want to phrase it.
So no more echoes of Valencia. It's time to do battle on the streets of Monaco. The 6-minute Formula E races go. Ed, 8 kilowatts. 8 kilowatts.
Oh, there is.
Yeah,
okay.
That's crucial. So that now takes them down to 20%. So that is...
Is it because the safety car was before the 10-minute mark? I see.
So that's...
They were a bit uncertain whether if the safety car lasts beyond the 10-minute mark, will it count or not? So it seems that it does. So this is going to be a tense finish. Take back everything I just said.
Yeah, take back everything. Rewind everything. Because, annoyingly, Vern goes for attack mode and loses 3 positions.
Loses 3 positions. Yeah, they're Roland Cassidy and Bird, I think, getting through.
So Bird stands up now in 7th place. He's going to be mighty happy with that one.
Bird has made a great recovery.
Where did he start this race? I can't remember. 16th on the grid. So he's already 9 places where he started. And
if I'm not mistaken, whenever they show the regen graphic of who's been the best at recovering energy under braking or lifting and coasting, Bird is always right up there, it seems.
He's had a fantastic one,
he's used quite a lot more, so I think I saw a couple of drivers ahead of him, but he's still always impressive to see him make progress on these tight, twisty street lanes where you've got to judge it perfectly.
But, Vern's trying to go on the outside of Sam Bird into the Nouvelle chicane, and I think he's created a traffic jam.
Cleanly this time. So shame we didn't get to see that because we were focusing on the full ground.
Yeah, you say cleanly. I swear Vern sort of forced Bird wide because I saw Degrassi looking up the inside. It looked like a bit of a traffic jam back there. Rast and Cassidy under investigation for causing a collision.
Cassidy's going to be under pressure from Vern in a moment.
Yeah, everyone's going to be a bit on the sideways at the moment. We've got a yellow flag out there somewhere. Turn 15. That's the Rascas. It's gone green immediately, though, so it must not have been anything.
Jake Dennis and De Vries
Van
also
Dorn.
using attack mode.
Van Dorn.
Yeah, Van Dorn is dropping down. Maybe that's
Pit
a
stop.
transponder thing. But,
He's in the pit lane. Van Dorn's in the pit
it must be
lane,
a
yeah.
puncher.
Oh, hang on. Gunther's not happy, although I can only hear the live radio there. So Gunther's not happy with the radio. He wants to start fighting. The team telling him okay. Instant involving Cassidy and Rast. No further action.
I think BMW Andretti are worried about energy here. They don't
Yeah.
want Gunther to overtake Franz and run out on the final lap because of that reduction, which I think some of the teams are not sure we're expecting either.
Don't think they were. They were all ready to go. Oh, and Lynn's got damage. Lynn's in trouble. While a bad afternoon for Alex Lynn comes to an end.
Bad afternoon for Mahindra, frankly.
Yeah, bad day for Mahindra. Both cars retiring here at Monaco. I wonder if he made contact with Van
Lynn's
Dorn.
Still going. I'm not sure. He's still in 10th at the moment on my screen, so I'm not sure it's quite as bad. But
yeah, that's a point. Oh, it's Verline. Oh, get the right graphics.
It's Pascal Verline, yeah.
Yeah, Verline out of the race then. And Van Dorn out as well. So that's down to 20 cars in the race.
Verline going over. So I'm amazed that he was able to continue, frankly. As Bird uses his fan base to attack
Cassidy.
Oh.
Look to the inside. Couldn't get it through into the back.
Cassidy while we were talking about that.
Vern is past them to 7th place as well. Bird's now coming through. Who hasn't used their fan boost? De Vries and Vern. But look at Sam Bird looking very aggressive into Raskas. And he's so close. He's going to lunge. He'll do a turn 1. He'll do a Sandoval, just like we've seen with Frines. Gunther now on the back as well, trying to attack. Gunther wants
I
through.
like how we're naming moves after the corner. It's like when you say do a Sandoval, I think, well, they're going through Sandoval. They all have to do it.
They all have to do Sandoval, but yeah, do a Sandoval. Do an overtake maneuver that's been happening, yeah. At the moment, I think
Vern
Bird's...
past Roland, so
that's
Vern
it.
is now starting to gain positions, but he's only got 10% of usable energy left.
And Evans is having to block the top of the hill coming into Massenet from Da Costa. They're getting all sorts of out of shape as well at the top of the hill. It's a 4-way fight about to become a 5-way fight. Yeah.
Because Vern is about to join it with his minute left of attack mode. Can he get past Gunther?
Oh, look at the inside as well. The Friends having to go defensive. Vern sends it.
Oh.
That was so close to contact. They didn't.
Extremely opportunistic from Vern. I think he did just touch the side of Gunther's left rear wheel.
Thank goodness for good turning circles. Cassidy's down to 9th. It might be transponder though, because Roland and Bird have gone up the order. Vern trying to go around the outside.
Yeah,
That's Da Costa. That's Da Costa, sorry. Trying to go around the outside of Evans. Not working out. Vern trying to go through. Gunther, he hit him. He hit Gunther. Gunther was forced off the track, and I don't know where Vern went.
Vern is still in 4th position. So
there he
is.
is.
Through,
yeah.
But that was his last opportunity, and it was a bit desperate there from Vern, I think.
Oh, and Da Costa
around the outside of Evans.
Da Costa trying to... Well. Da Costa trying, but failing. Vern sent Gunther off the track, and he was forced off the chicane. That might cause them an issue.
Crucially out of attack mode now.
Yep,
so.
We've got a yellow flag down at turn 10. Where is turn 10? That's at the Nouvelle chicane. So someone's off at Nouvelle, and it's a permanent yellow. So we'll keep an eye out. Da Costa looking to the outside. Yeah, he stopped on the track. Yeah.
Oliver Turvey again.
Yeah, and it's a down. We'll keep an eye out. So at the moment then, and yeah, you're right. That's going to stop it. That'd be a safety car. Although they can't leave it. Although it is off the racing line.
Plus 1 lap left. So.
Costa,
I think, knows that there's not going to be another opportunity to get past Evans. That's why he's all over the back of him.
If that safety car's called, or even a full-course yellow, the race is over. And now this is going to be... Da Costa's just got to send it. It's yellow at the moment, and they're getting so close down into Fairmont.
Sector 2, so can they even overtake here with De Vries stranded?
I'm counting about 8 cars involved in this fight for the lead of the race. It's very 2011 of F1, isn't it? And we all remember what happened there. Vern's using fan boost to try and get through, and Robin Fryant's in the tunnel. You were on about marbles, Ed, last time out. As there's a yellow here. Da Costa can't move.
Exactly, yeah. And Vern has wasted his fan boost there as well, effectively.
Double yellow is
all those
in effect.
People who voted for Jean-Eric Vernal use third-party bots.
Yeah, try to use it. The time is out.
Try and use a local yellow there and make sure that no one overtakes in the second sector then. But,
Da Costa looking to the outside. Da Costa looking to the outside of Evans. We're coming up to the last lap.
The counter's run out yet. 1 more lap to go.
He's trying it round the outside into Raskas, immediately backed up. But look at this. Evans are trying to save energy as well. And it's an Evans train.
For Evans. So Da Costa and Frines on 5% looking slightly better here. This could be really close.
Last lap, the call. The yellow flags are out on the track, as you can see. Now, Is that the checkered flag being called? I saw a checkered flag monitor, but it's okay. This is the last lap. 3% of energy for Evans. DaCosta on 4. And now DaCosta's got to find a way through. I think it's Vern. Vern won't win this race. Trying to go really...
Oh, DaCosta trying to do the Evans move.
That was so close. I think DaCosta outbraked himself a little bit. Well, outthought himself more. He's going to have to try the inside into Mirabeau. Evans defends it over the bump. Tries to go out the outside. Does the switchback. Not working. We've gone green, Ed. We've gone green.
So De Vries is out of the picture.
Yeah, he's managed to move 4 abreast. That's Frines.
That's a bit wide for Frines. Almost like he had no space to go because he's got slightly more energy than DaCosta and a whole % more than Evans. Evans on 2%. This is going to be really tight as they get to the finish.
So that 8 kilowatt energy reduction might have just saved it. Who was that going towards the wall? Was that Lynn? That was Lynn. Lynn, yeah.
On 1%.
And now DaCosta trying for the last time round the outside. He's locked up into Nouvelle chicane. He gets it stopped at the hairpin. Evans can do nothing. Frines is round the back of him.
I think Frines is going to get Evans here too.
So Evans is out of it. He's on 0.8% into the back. Oh my word. And DaCosta's going to win again in season 7. And who was that? That's Vern. And now to the inside, coming into the chicane. And Frines hits Evans. Frines has got damage. Vern might go through.
Like crazy, 0.3 left. He might just hold on to second here, but Frines is going to have to go all over him.
And Antonio Felix DaCosta has mastered everything and becomes the winner of the Monaco E-Prix across the line. Evans is 0% and gets disqualified, but Frines got him on the line anyway. Frines is second, Evans third, Vern fourth, but they both hit 0.
Evans as well. He just judged it wrong on the last lap a little bit.
Vern hit 0.
Brilliant by DaCosta. That's his first win of the season actually, because he didn't win in the first race in Valencia, despite leading everything apart from the final lap.
Finally, a redemption day for DaCosta, but victory in Monaco.
I did think DaCosta was going to win it overall, but I was surprised Evans put up such a good fight. It's such a shame that he lost out right at the end. I wonder if he might have just had enough by coasting, but he had to sacrifice second to Frines.
Evans
he might have just held onto the podium.
Evans is under investigation for cutting the chicane.
That would be what it is, not the energy.
Yeah, game over. And
I think Vern had a good drive to get back up to 4th, actually, considering the way things were panning out for him wasn't great, and he timed his attack mode at the end quite well there. The only thing that I thought he did really badly was he used fan boost when there was a yellow flag.
Yeah.
Which is just unfortunate that you can't really predict when someone's going to stop by the side of the track there.
The team could have told him, but I suppose the interference with the tunnel might not have helped, because it was at the tunnel when they used it.
Yeah. Could have maybe told him just before he went in the tunnel.
So this is DaCosta with a green flag move, locking up and getting through.
Locks up, and I think Evans just tagged the back of him.
He did, just ever so slightly, didn't he? Coming into the braking zone. And Frines was all over trying to go through, but Evans defended like crazy. But Frines is P2. DaCosta apparently did hit 0% of the line, but I thought he was at 0.3 when he crossed it, so we'll keep an eye out.
Could be a slightly inaccurate reading. We have seen that a couple of times. But I was convinced in Rome that Norman Nato was okay and Mortara had run out, but actually Nato had run out and Mortara was fine.
I think I need to lie down after today.
Is that DaCosta's dad celebrating?
I think it was DaCosta's dad, yeah. We've seen him at the track when he became the champion.
Yeah.
Back in Beijing. Not Beijing, Berlin.
Berlin, yes.
There's
I've been to Beijing for some time.
Not since season 2. Evans under investigation. I would always remember that race in Beijing because season 2, what was it? 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock, something or other, and then Jacques Villeneuve crashed out early in the morning. I thought, oh yeah, that's it. That's proper.
So we got Evans under investigation and Cassidy under investigation, I think.
No further incident involving Evans. No further action after investigation.
So Evans holds on to 3rd then.
Yeah,
and that's going to be quite a popular podium actually. I think Evans put in, despite running out near the end, basically, I think he's still putting a really good aggressive drive. Without that safety car,
yes,
I think Evans might potentially have won that one. But DaCosta, I think, was managing and thinking about the end rather than being ahead at the attack mode stages. So
everybody asking at the moment, what?
For once, a race in Monaco that didn't track position wasn't everything.
It wasn't, was it? That was fantastic. More overtakes in that race than the Formula 1 race 2 years ago. But it's nice to be back at Monaco racing after the pandemic.
You were about
really
to read out a comment, I think.
I was. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I've lost it here at the moment. It just disappeared off the monitor. I remember what I was going to say, then I interrupted myself. to bring information. Da Costa's happy. He hits over. Yeah, many people were saying, as I've just remembered, Ed, people were saying, why hasn't Evans been disqualified for hitting 0 across the line? He lifted off, and that's why Frines got him.
Yeah, because you do regen a little bit if you lift off.
So he just got it across the line because he wasn't on the
so
throttle.
He had to judge it just about right. But Jaguar were very aggressive in this race. So Bird will finish 7th in the end, despite starting, 16th or something? 15th or 16th?
16th of the grid, yeah.
Yeah, so there we go. Almost 9 positions gained for Bird around Monaco. So that's impressive in his own right. So Jaguar have really fought back here, as have Tachita particularly. So this really changes the Constructors and the Drivers' Championship. No points for either Mercedes driver. Andre Lotterer actually had a pretty good final few laps, getting up to 9th in the end.
Great job for Lotterer. No points back at Valencia, so it's good to see him there. But
no, you got a podium in the second race.
Podium second race, yeah. First race I was thinking of, yeah. But I'll tell you one thing as well. We're now past half distance in this championship, and no clear winner is emerging.
Yeah, no one's running away, but we did think Mercedes might be. But interested to see the standings after this. I think Da Costa will be. Frines and Evans will certainly have gained a lot. Bird might have gained a bit too. But yeah, next round, of course, will be Puebla in Mexico in a couple of weeks' time.
I know, 5 weeks, I think, isn't it 5?
Yeah, more than a couple.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, a half oval, half infield circuit for Formula E, it's going to be insane. I cannot wait for that one. Here's your results then. Da Costa wins from Frines and Evans, completing at the podium. Verne got the fastest lap at the end, followed by Gunther, Rowland, Bird, Cassidy, Lotterer and Lynn, the top 10. Then we get De Grassi, Buemi, Mortara, Nato, Blomqvist, Sete Camera, Dennis, Muller and Turvey. And out of the race was De Vries, Van Dorn, Verline, Rast and Sims. Bad day for Mercedes, a double DNF.
Not a great race, home race for Venturi either. They sort of never really got it. Neo had a bad time. Dragon had a bad time.
It's all been all over the place, isn't it? That's what I like. It's fun,
It's interesting that the independent teams who had got a couple of decent results early in the season now sort of regressed to the back of the order. Da Costa getting a little hug from Alejandro Gag before he goes to the podium. Yeah, I'm really happy with Da Costa, though, because he's not had the easiest start to the season.
He hasn't, no.
As the reigning champion. So he's got his title defense back underway, finally. He could have been right in there if he had won in Valencia as well.
Diria did him dirty as well. That's the race 1 in Diria wasn't that great with him. I think he was on pole position, wasn't he? And then just lost it further back. And
no, was he?
I cannot remember.
I remember De Vries being on pole.
That was it. De Vries
being on pole and then Frines being on pole.
Da Costa was second on the grid. That was it. Yeah. Have a chance. But, Ed, can I also point out one other thing that has escaped my mind? Actually, saying that before I get back to you on that, Gunther and Rowland are under investigation now for something. So that threatens 5th and 6th on the grid.
Cassidy under threat as well. We haven't had that resolved, too, with the incident with Rast.
I think
that might penalise Cassidy, drop in behind Lotter and Lynn and out of the points potentially.
And Verne might be under investigation as well for hitting Gunther off the track at that chicane. That hasn't been brought up yet. It's all very close, isn't it? So, what a day of motor racing it's been. It's been chaotic. We've had practice. I can tell you what we've had. We've had practice 3, qualifying, Formula E, and the British Touring Cars have started up as well. And we're not done yet. As well, that's what we've got tomorrow coming up with 3 British Touring Car races and the Spanish Grand Prix for F1. I've got to go now de-rig box 2 and bring it back in here. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and then you and me next weekend,
I
think, are doing the 12 hours of Le Mans.
Absolutely,
which is on the Saturday and the early hours of the Sunday.
I'm looking forward to that as well. Hopefully, what time does race start anyway for the 12 hours?
I think 2 o'clock.
Oh, nice! It just ends then after the MotoGP quali. So yeah, I'll be there. Can't wait for that one.
So do you have should we do driver of the day for this?
Yeah, go on then, Ed. You first for driver of the day. Go
on. I don't know. I think I was going to go for Evans, but I think him dropping back I'm sort of between Bird and I think Frines, because I think Frines really managed it really well. I don't think Frines really made any mistakes, but he sort of just took advantage quite early on and then got re-overtaken by Da Costa because Da Costa had fan boost, really. I think without fan boost, potentially Robin Frines could have won this one. But so I think Bird, because of his bad qualifying, I would sort of maybe mark him down a little bit for that. Even though his recovery was really good, we didn't see most of it on screen. So I'm probably going to go for Robin Frines on that, actually. We just see him being interviewed, but he didn't look too unhappy. And he's right in the... I think Frines might actually be leading the championship now.
I think he might be actually comeback, yeah.
Because he took the most points of all the championship contenders. I wasn't sure what the gap was between him and De Vries. But De Vries, of course, getting no points whatsoever.
There is just one thing as well to note. Da Costa has won from Frines seconds and Evans third, with Vern fourth, Gunther fifth, and Roland sixth. Ed, would you like to know the top 6 starting order?
It was that order exactly?
It was that order exactly. We've had overtake after overtake, and we've still ended up with the same top 6 that was qualifying and the race. How was that possible? That's just Monaco.
Well, it just shows as well that just because the order is the same as qualifying doesn't mean that the race is a bad one.
Absolutely,
well.
yeah.
Although we have had a Bird climb a lot of places, so
yeah.
It wasn't consistently just the same all the way through the top 10. But yeah, it's something that I realised when I did my Lego Formula E video, and I'm doing one at the moment as well, by the way.
Oh,
just
cool.
animating it. But
can't wait to see that one.
I realised that the winner was the same person that I did poll the qualifying. I do random for like a random list randomizer. And I realised that Leandro Angeli were in pole in the race, and I'd also decided randomly through making random events happen, deciding the order. Oh, Leandro Angeli won, despite the fact that I made it look really mixed up, and actually the results the same. So I felt a bit like, oh, maybe people would be a bit disappointed by that. And so now, the next time, I'm trying to make it consciously, I want to make sure the pole sitter doesn't win this one.
Oh, right, I see,
Not as easily.
You can't be. You get lights to flags occasionally, don't you? But yeah, I can see. But when's that one out then? Is it a couple of weeks?
Oh, no, is that Felipe Massa? Just giving a little thumbs up to Da Costa.
That is Felipe Massa, yes.
Competitor, of course. It was on the podium at Monaco last time we were here. Well, it was the bridge layout, which, to be fair, is a bit easy. But I think Massa always went pretty solidly at Monaco. Well, not always. In like his rookie season, he had a few incidents. But like 2008, he was on pole here in Formula One.
Yep. Never won here though.
No, he never quite tied the knot, as it were.
The only years it was competitive, 2007, Alonso won it, didn't he? Yeah.
Alonso won it 2006, 2007 when Massa was at Ferrari.
And Hamilton was 08, yeah. So yeah, McLaren won it 3 years in a row. Well, no, hang on. Renault, McLaren, Brawn, Red Bull. Mercedes. Red Bull again.
Well, yeah, that's not. Yeah, well, Rosberg won it like 3 years in a row, wasn't it?
Did Vettel win? Did Vettel win in 2017? I can't remember that one.
He did, yes. Vettel did win.
Yeah, I thought so.
So.
Podium ceremony just taking place.
Yeah, because this has got a conveniently found Portuguese flag.
Fantastic. I don't know if it's reverse order here where we get the national anthems first. If so, I'll put it on. I don't know if it's trophies or national anthem first. Although I don't want to turn Jack Nicholls up on the fader.
I think it would be national anthem first.
Yeah. Because usually in Monaco it's reversed. It's trophies then. Oh, it is trophies first, yeah. I thought so, because usually in Monaco it's reversed.
I like how Da Costa's wearing the Portuguese flag like a toga.
That's very cool, isn't it? Prince Albert.
Yeah, it's a shame that there's no Dutch or New Zealand flag for Frines or Evans.
I would have liked that, to be fair. Maybe that's something that they could implement as well, that all the competitors on the podium get their own flags. Although for Nikita Mazepin, it'll just be the white flag, won't it? Because he can't. He's
wave the white flag of war.
He's what is he? He's Russian Athlete Federation, something other he's racing under, isn't he? RAF, which means something to you and me.
Toad gives Frines his trophy.
And of course, Jean Todt is no longer the president of the FIA. He'll be stepping down in a couple of weeks, won't he? For the new one.
Mainly because he's been forced. He's been trying to. I always compare John Todd a little bit to Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
He stayed in office long after his term should have expired.
I can't remember if we talked about it on here or it was the F1, but it was announced that he was forced out, wasn't he? He was not allowed to stand up for re-election. He wasn't allowed to continue.
Interesting to see who the candidates in the election replacing him are. But also, let's give a shout out to the DS Cheetah team. We've got a female representative just getting the team trophy for the constructor
That's
Or
what I
team.
like. There's been a lot of push for diversity, and it's fantastic to see it as well. We've had female commentators, Nikki Shields doing FP2, Rachel Brooks, Natalie Pinkham doing it on Sky. Do we even say it here as well as Megan just in qualifying? I like the diversity approach, and I love seeing that there's more women in motorsport now. Susie Wolf started off that campaign, of course, and did it fantastically at Girls in Motorsport a couple of years ago. Dare to be different. Thank you. Yeah. Portuguese national anthem just going on over the
you can look
commentary.
how proud Da Costa is. He even slipped the mask off so we can see his little mustache,
Oh,
which I of course approve of. I even
absolutely.
got my
Yeah.
Tachita shirt on because I had
Have
a
you?
feeling this would happen.
Hey, there you go. You're thinking ahead.
Got a big cheetah here. You can see.
Oh yes, I can. Yeah. Hey, you're thinking ahead. I've been wearing a blue shirt. To be fair, flowery shirt.
I sort of abandoned neutrality. I do have a Jaguar one as well, but it's from because they got rid of Panasonic, so there's still a little Panasonic thing in the logo,
right.
so it's a bit outdated. Although funnily enough, I've actually worked very hard with the official Jaguar Formula E set to change all the stickers that say Panasonic to say Jaguar, basically.
I see. That is what I wanted as well. I looked everywhere for the Hot Wheels miniature, and I haven't seen it.
I've got that as
I knew it.
well.
I knew it.
Messy desk.
Oh, there it is. There's the one. Yep. I need
Benefits of being a competition winner. Speaking of diversity, we've also got the winner of that competition, the presenter talent call, Darren Adetoso, is in Monaco, and she's been at all the races, of course, doing her job, mainly sort of social media side of things, like doing a few videos and stuff like that. But yeah, maybe make a difference trying to reach out to that Gen Z audience, I guess. Or it's annoying when I hear British people calling them Gen Z audiences.
Yeah, it's Gen Z, isn't it? Yeah, Z.
It's like trying to turn everyone into American.
Yeah. Although saying that, I was given the option of what to have for dinner tonight, whether it be British fish and chips or American burger. I've chosen British fish and chips.
Well, appropriate enough for Tashita, I think we might be having a Chinese tonight. So.
Oh, yummy! I've just had a Chinese last week, so I can't have another one for a while. But yeah.
Speaking of Tashita, I may as well get my. They don't have a lot of gold, so here's the Tachista with Vernon, unfortunately, not Da Costa, but I can't bother to change the driver.
Don't worry. It's. Da Costa's just done the most silliest thing. He sprayed champagne at his mask and opened his mouth. His jaw open, we saw it, but forgetting the mask was on to have a drink. Oh, Da Costa.
Collected a bit of champagne for later, clearly.
Just there, sucking it in.
I like how the oh no, they haven't actually changed it. I thought the circuit map had changed the chicane because of the layout change. But
no, it's the same, isn't it? Yeah.
A bit tighter. I think the chicane being a bit tighter really played in. I think that moment where Vern pushed Evans out of the way was really decisive for Da Costa winning, because he was able to make up that ground without having to get past them, sort of in an overtaking move.
That's the best part of the track. That is where I feel Formula E has really changed from Formula 1 on the track configuration. That is where it's defining. It's such a great little corner.
Yeah, I prefer it much more to the bridge layout we were using before. Yeah.
I hated that.
Here's the championship. So Freins
does lead
62 points. So that's 5 ahead of De Vries, I think.
Wow.
Evans about 3 behind.
Yep, so 62, 57.
It's so Robin Freins, despite not winning a race this season, is leading the championship. Could you imagine winning the first world official championship Formula without winning any races? If he just keeps racking up the podiums, does a
Mr. Consistent,
Keke Rosberg or Mike Hawthorne, as I like to say.
Yeah, look at that.
They won. There you go. So Mercedes only 2 points ahead of Jaguar. It's really between those two and potentially Cheetah as well.
Cheetah throwing in,
a lot too.
I'll tell you what. We're only halfway through this year. As I said, I know you can't see me, but hopefully you can still. Can you still hear me?
I can see you in the. Yeah, I can still hear you fine.
Lovely, because I know the camera's disconnected, and I wasn't sure. But honestly, we've got now. What is it? 3 fights in, something or other. Sorry, I've completely lost track of thoughts because the iPad's showing 3%. But we've got 7 races to go. I think 7, isn't it? Yeah. We're halfway now.
2 in Puebla in Mexico, 2 in New York, 2 in London in the XL,
and 2 in Berlin. 2,
That'd
4,
be
6,
eight.
8. Yeah, I'm just forgetting they're all double headers now, not single header. Monaco's really throwing the system out of order.
Monaco is
yeah.
really the only odd one out.
Yeah.
I think they would have done a double header at Monaco if they could, but because they prefer only to close it down for one day. I think.
Yeah. Because of course
On
now
the one day exception they make.
there's 2 weeks, isn't there now, until the F1 race, and they've got to change the track up for F1 configuration.
Change all the advertising banners too.
Yeah, that takes a lot of time, especially as they only get to work during the night in Monaco. They can't work during the day.
They put all those advertising banners up. The TV direction took great care to focus on them, almost as much as the actual race.
Yeah, and the local direction. In fact, I'm going to Google quickly before we go off air, because we are going to go off air shortly.
It's also
Exactly
gonna be on
who's
Club
doing it?
Monaco,
Yeah.
isn't it? ACM.
Is it him? Hang on. Who produces? I can't remember who it is. It's French TV, isn't it? TV.
Or Canal Plus. Might be Canal Plus.
TV F1 producers.
Verne got fastest lap actually. So
1:34.967. That's not bad at all.
So here we go. I did get the right car for fastest lap. I didn't have to change the Costa.
It's TMC. You were right. TMC, the French Monegasque channel, produces it.
I hear TMC. I hear Turner Movie Classic.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's CM Turner Classic Movie. It shows movies from like the 40s.
Oh, look at that. There we go. So, that's the fastest laps. I thought that was our race winners throughout the year. It's not. So, looking at that, we've got 2 in Mexico, 2 in New York, 2 London, 2 Berlin. To wrap up, and now a 5-week break, the summer break, really, isn't it? The spring break.
Yeah, and that's basically the finalised version of the calendar.
Yeah.
It would be really nice to be able to go to the London ePrix and XL in London, especially as it's one I've been pushing for donkeys.
Yes,
since like 2015 or something like that. Immediately after we started getting to it, better say, funnily enough. But anyway,
I'll tell you what, I'll send you there. You'll go there, and I'll make you wear some headphones and to give you a mic, and you can be on radio call.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
It might be, like I said before, I think, a situation where you had the fans outside and everyone, the teams and stuff, in their bubbles.
Inside, yeah.
Inside. That's the sort of one of the rare, sort of unexpected advantage during the indoor-outdoor layout. But it'd just be a case of whether they can organise enough grandstands on the outside. But yeah, I don't think I've even been to London since the pandemic happened. So,
Ed, you've slipped. Are you there?
I'm still here.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
I hear you fine.
So the little camera's just gone a little bit messed up there.
Might be time to end the broadcast now the race is finished.
Yes, hang on. I'll bring you back on. Hang on. What's happened is we've lost your face at the moment, so we're just bringing you back on the screen. So honestly, all these technical dramas today, trying to go through 3 commentary boxes is unbelievable at the moment. We've apparently got a safety car and a red flag out. Yeah, there we go. So let's wrap up then, Ed. 5 weeks to go into the next race. No real championship decider for who's going to break away with it. My question to you, what's going to happen next? Who do you think's going to run away with it?
Oof, I don't know. I would really love it if Robin Freins just was able to win the championship without winning any races. I think that would just be a really cool story of consistency. I think Da Costa is on the sort of comeback trail at the moment, but Evans looks good. De Vries, I think, has been It's had some brilliant races, but also some really silly ones. And I think that's the thing. Mercedes have got a really, really quick car, but if they qualify really badly, it really tends to give them so much work to do. So I think you fooled to it against Cheetah, but Jaguar still looking very strong. I think Evans very nearly won this race. Let's not forget. So,
closely, yeah.
Yeah, it's really between, I think, technically 4 teams really.
It's looking close, isn't it? Yeah.
I can't really see Audi getting in on that. Although I think Rene Rast, I think of the 2 Audi drivers, I think Rene Rast is probably more likely to win a race before Lucas Di Grassi this season. The Audi is a much better proposition this season than it was last, but I don't think they're gonna. I can't quite see them running away with the championship.
Neither do I. Yeah. That's
BMW in a sort of similar state. Porsche have been a bit patchy too. Yeah. So Nissan, I think, are the unknown. We didn't quite see. Because
we haven't seen anything of from Nissan,
had that lap to lead. We didn't quite see them able to really take advantage with that Season 7 powertrain. That is the big unknown going forward. I wouldn't be surprised to see Roland or Buemi, but especially Roland has been really great, taking a win or 2 in the final races of the season. But
New York,
it's basically kind of used to see World Touring cars. It's kind of adapted from a kind of oval, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a really interesting, a kind of unknown, really. I hope it works a bit better than Valencia did, because Valencia was okay, but I think it was way too harsh on sort of energy management and led to basically a rule change. Although in a way it's good because it exposed an issue with the rules and
That's
it's
all
been
this-
rectified.
yeah.
And we still got that reduction today, and it still worked, I think, as intended. So it's not really been that much of a change. Just that very, very specific scenario where we have a safety car and we get going with like 1 or 2 lap margin bubble left. So yeah, but yeah, a lot to think about, a lot of interesting stuff going on. I haven't predicted a winner. I sort of would love to see plans. I think Sam Bird has got a bit of recovering to do in his championship. Getting those points for 7th place could really make a difference at the end of the season. So I think it's going to end up being between Stoffel van Dorn, Nick de Vries, Sam Bird, Mitch Evans, Frines, and maybe Vern or Da Costa, depending on which one does the best.
That's a lot, yeah.
I
It's
I
open.
think it could be a crazy decider for Berlin.
It is completely open and it's looking fantastic. Right, we are back with Formula One. Tomorrow, our transmission starts 1:30 British Summer Time, but you can watch the British Touring Car Championship as well. 11:20 for round 1. Round 2 is delayed. That'll start at 4:30 p.m. And the third race is live at 5:15. And if you're with Formula E, we are back in June the 19th. So 5 weeks wait before we go to Mexico, not at the Autodromo Hananas Rodriguez, but we're at the Pubea circuit as well in Mexico because of the COVID pandemic. It's looking great. My thanks to Ed Hunter as well for joining today. And my thanks to all of you as well. What a race we've seen in Monaco. It's been a bit of a weird broadcast, but it's all up there. Da Costa on top from France. We got through it. It's been good fun. Right. Thanks, Ed. Thanks for your company. From us all here, though, we're going to have to go off here quick because I've just noticed that it's come on. We're off here, so thanks for that. We'll be back tomorrow. Bye for now.